best laid plans of mice and men often go astray. Do what I do and not what I say. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Oh shoot.
We are from the Charleston County School of the Arts. We're theater majors, and we're kind of tight here with all the plants. But what we do when we do outreaches to schools is that the little kids, the elementary schools, don't know the ages. They don't know what's going on in middle school and high school. So what we're going to do is start down here stage right. The student who's over here is going to say their first name. They're going to say their age, their grade level. And then, of course, for elementary school, what's high school? So we always say 9th grade is freshman, 10th grade is sophomore, 11th grade is junior, and 12th grade is senior. So they're actually going to say that if they're in high school. We have a motley crew of players here. We're running 7th through 12th grade because the School of the Arts runs 6th, but we left the 6th graders home and they're back next. They're a little annoying right now. All right? Let's go, Charlotte.
Hello, my name is Charlotte. I'm 14. I'm in 9th grade, so I'm a freshman.
Hello, my name is Ava Knight. I'm 14 and I'm in 9th grade, so I'm a freshman.
My name's Harry Smith. I'm 12. I'm in 7th grade, so middle school.
My name is Gavin Levitt. I'm 13 and I'm in 7th grade, which makes me in middle school.
My name is Riley. I'm 17. I'm in 12th grade, which means I'm a senior.
My name is Campbell. I'm 13. I'm in 8th grade, which makes me in middle school.
My name is Nicholas. I'm 17 and I am 12th grade, so I'm a senior.
Hello, my name is Antonio. I am 14. I'm 9th grade, which means I'm a freshman.
Hi, I'm Clayton. I'm 13. I'm in 8th grade, which means I'm in middle school.
Hi, I'm Luna. I'm 16. I'm in 11th grade, which means I'm a junior. I'm Beatrice. I'm 15. I'm in 10th grade, which means I'm a sophomore.
Hi, I'm Kylie Singleton. I'm a 7th grader, so I'm...
Good morning, everyone. I'm Dakota. I'm 17, and I'm in 12th grade, which means I'm a senior.
I'm Oppie. I'm 16. I'm in 11th grade, so I'm a junior.
I'm Rosalie. I'm 15. I'm in 10th grade, which means I'm a sophomore.
I'm Young Yi. I'm 14. I'm in the 9th grade, which makes me a freshman.
Shout out a 3-syllable word. A 3-syllable word. Shout it out. Banana. I heard banana. Beautiful. Somebody else. Umbilical. Umbilical. One more. Shout. What is that? Amazing. Amazing it is. We'll see it in 5, 4, 3, 2, got to solve the problem. Now, here's the cool thing, gentlemen, because we got Reggie, Willie, and Haney here. You can call me Georgie. Pudding pie. Kiss the girl who's ready to cry. Put the boys out to play. Yeah, that's your cue. Come on. Put the boys out to play. Now we take care of you when you're on stage because it's improv and we're flying without a net. So what we do before we begin, we say we got your back. Do we have your back?
Yeah, we got your back.
Fantastic. We'll get together. Okay, so I need a 3-syllable word. Shout it out. Someone's up there. Shout it. Principal. I got positive words. Amazing. Come on, give me something that will lose me. What's that?
Mischievous? I heard mischievous. That's a good one. I know.
Graduate it is. Graduate, so you guys take 3 steps upstage. That's that way. Downstage, upstage. Good. Yes. That's what we're always doing. All right. So when are you going to step forward and do a little acting choice, saying that word, and then we're going to fill it and make a wonderful sentence. And 5,
4, 3, 2, 1.
I graduated. Say graduate again. Graduate. Maybe. Graduate. Maybe. Graduate. Get in there. Maybe. Get in there. Graduate. Maybe. Graduate. Maybe. Let him. Mayor, get in there. Graduate. Can we go in there? Maybe. Graduate. Maybe not. Graduate. Maybe not. Graduate. Barely. Stay in. Go! Down there! Maybe not. Graduate. Barely. We're going to do a simple game. I found my stick where I put it. Anyway, it's by the called Conduct a Story. I pop down here, get off the stage, because they got up. Come on, let's go. They don't know what they're going to do. They got to make it work. You never know. If I took a suggestion, they're like, okay. Once upon a time, there was a
Crazy surfer dude. His name was Chad, and he was walking up the beach one
Day, and he figured, oh, should I go surf?
Or should I go catch a shark? And those sharks were gnarly, dude. I mean, crazy.
sharks, and they were really mean. And Chad was like, but I will always capture the sharks. I don't care about what anyone says if I can't catch them, so I grabbed this big
Shark, and he was trying to bite me, but I didn't get bit.
I used my big fist to pound him in the nose.
And I was like, whoa, dude, calm down there, little.
Oh, what the heck, man? You weren't supposed to grab me by the nose. I didn't really care. I started pounding.
Once upon a time, there was a
There was this man, and he owned a restaurant down in
Indiana, and it was a very fancy restaurant, and all of the people in the town wanted to come and eat it.
But it was impossible to get a reservation to his fancy.
restaurant because
Because, of course, it was in the middle of nowhere.
And nobody could drive
all the way down to
Indiana.
why would anyone
Want to drive all...
the way to Indiana?
Of course, that seems
Crazy to do for some pasta.
but anybody would do it for his food.
Amazing, beautiful restaurant in
Wow. Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for attending with us. Welcome to the 2025 CCSD State School Address. We are your hosts for this morning. My name is Rihanna Brown. I am a senior at Arbistall High School. Let's start off by giving a round of applause to the amazing theater department students from Charleston County School of Arts under the direction of George Yantz.
My name is Giovanni Munoz Rocha from Northwoods Middle School. To begin, we will have the presentation and posting of the we'll have the presentation and posting of the colors by Burke High School Junior ROTC under the direction of Colonel Austin Hockaday. The national anthem will be performed by two students from Wando High School, Ava and Brooke.
I'm Leilani.
What school do you go to?
I go to kindergarten, Lassen Elementary.
Please rise.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare
Let's give one more hand for our Burke High School Junior ROTC unit and our talented students from Wando High School. Next, we have a very special musical treat for you all. They are about to show you the magic that happens when you apply that extra degree with teamwork and creativity.
Under the direction of Christine Peters, performing the musical selections We Shall Overcome and Lean on Me, please welcome the Sanders Clyde Elementary School Chorus.
Take it away, Gators.
We shall
you. Wasn't that incredible, guys? Can I get another round of applause? That was absolutely great. Hearing the voices of our adult singers blend with the students perfectly illustrates the crucial principle in our district. The power of collaboration across generations and what a difference going the extra degree can make. This was truly a group effort. We had choral students and staff from Sanders Clyde Elementary School, members of the Low Country Voices CCSD Gospel Choir, soloist Miss Rochelle Green, Allegro Charter's piano teacher Bill Geeson, Kurt Sawyer on the bass, and Nate Nelson on the drums. Let's give those talented musicians another round of applause. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty blown away. That was absolutely great.
I agree. Did you hear the Charleston County School of the Arts Strings Assembly who were performing in the balcony? And our friends from the Charleston Progressive Academy who are passing out the programs as you all entered. They sure got me excited to be here with you all today. Let's give our pre-show performers a hand.
I'd like to give a huge thanks to everyone. Today is all about celebrating what we've accomplished and where we're headed. The next person coming to the stage isn't just a leader of our district. She's incredible. We love her. She believes in our potential and constantly goes the extra degree to make sure that we have the resources, the educators, and the opportunities to go out and change the world.
It is our honor and privilege to introduce our biggest advocate, the Charleston County School District Superintendent.
Drum roll, please.
Miss Anita.
Woo!
Hello? I took out those trees, girl. I took out those trees. Come over here, Giovanni. Come here. Come here. Come here. Let's give these MCs a big round of applause. This represents the future of Charleston County. This represents the future of Charleston County. I met my girl, Leilani, at Countdown to Kindergarten. I didn't plan to have another MC, but I found her quickly. And isn't she beautiful? Isn't she beautiful? Leilani, what do you like most about kindergarten?
I like playing with my friends and having fun.
You do? That's awesome. How about your teacher? Who's the real teacher in your classroom?
Miss Dickerson and Miss Popolka.
And do you help them teach?
Yes, ma'am.
That's not shocking to me. That's not shocking to me at all. And Riri, tell us about your future. Where are you headed next?
I hope to attend Spelman College so I can take on getting my biology degree, getting my bachelor's in biology.
And then what do you plan to do next?
Hopefully to become a CRNA.
That's fantastic.
Anesthesiology.
We're so proud of you, a beautiful young woman with a bright future. We'll learn a little bit more about Gio later on, but Gio comes from a family with a mom who speaks fully Spanish and a dad who has limited English proficiency, and he is a child prodigy. Gio, there's a lot of elected officials here. They're a little scary, don't you think?
Nah.
I don't know. You see the sheriff sitting right there? You see the sheriff? He's got the badge.
Yeah.
Yeah, he scares me, those law enforcement people, they do. Most of the time, they're behind me with blue lights. Yeah. I can thank my high school friend Holly right there for that, because she taught me everything I know about driving. What would you say to those elected officials about what they need to do next to change Charleston?
fix the traffic.
Amen. Amen. Thank you. Let's give them one more round of applause. Okay, Leilani, you go with them. So our work in Charleston County School District is all about taking this system to the next degree. If you were here with us last year, you heard lots of great things about the progress we're making, but we've got better news to share. Joy comes in the morning, and we are here to celebrate the great work of many talented folks who have gone the extra degree for our students. And that starts with the children behind this curtain. Open the curtain, please. I think they're going to open the curtain. And I think there's a clicker in my pocket. Sanders Clyde Elementary School, for the first time in the history of this school with 97% poverty, Executive Principal Janice Malone will lead it in November to its first good rating ever. Ms. Malone, join us on the stage. Come on. We've got these cheap plants for you. The CFO's got me on a budget. My husband says he's the only one that can get me on a budget and keep me on a budget. Ms. Malone, we're so proud of the incredible progress you've led with these gators. Students, come join your principal. Go give her a great big hug. So check out the screen. Looks like the Wi-Fi works as good here as it works in CCSD. Check it out. Woo! Watch it. Watch it. Here it comes. Watch it, boys and girls. Woo! Woo! That's what I'm talking about, Miss Malone.
Thank you.
So proud of you. So proud of you. I think the lavalier works, and I can put down all the things here. So look at the progress kids have made over the course of the last 6 years under Miss Malone's leadership. It's a testament to going the extra degree. Look at the people on this screen. They're anywhere in age from 5 to 85. And they're all serving kids. And they're doing it with heart. I'm going to have all of you scoot over here with Miss Malone, because this isn't the only school we want to celebrate today that for the first time in its history has achieved greatness. Mrs. Condon couldn't be here with us, but at 55% poverty, she and her team, Jenny Church, I think, is here, Teacher of the Year. Jenny, join us on stage. She and her team of great, exceptional educators have infused arts in the curriculum to take the now Johns Island Elementary to its first ever good rating. Watch it. Watch it. Isn't that remarkable? Let's give them a big round of applause. Miss Church. It's good to see you. Did you know you were coming up?
No.
I surprise people that way. Exceptional leadership. We're proud. We're sorry Ms. Condon couldn't be here today, but we're really proud of the hard work that you've done and you've led at Angel Oak, now Johns Island Elementary. It's not it. Stiles Point Elementary on James Island, for the first time since the new accountability system, will also earn an excellent rating. Shannon McAllister, come on up. Watch this. Watch it. I love these little things. I didn't do them. 91% proficiency. Excellent. Shannon, are you here? No, there's no being called out. Oh, there you are. Congratulations, Shannon. A lot of strategy, a lot of intentional planning, and I hired you, so it makes me so happy. Mwah. We're so proud of you, Shannon. Thank you for the great work that you're leading. And at 94% poverty, do you know how hard that is? If you're not an educator, overcoming poverty, and we'll talk about that in just a few minutes. I'm on a short timeline. I took off my watch purposely, Mayor. 94% poverty. For the first time in its history, the little school out in McClellanville, St. James Santee, my girl LaCarma Brown McMillan will lead it to its first good rating. LaCarma, come on up. Watch it. I think I'd yell a little bit louder for that. 94% poverty. Girl, bye. You were trying to hide from me. You know I was going to make you come on up here. Ms. Brown McMillan has led intentionally in that little town for a very long time, filling in the very big shoes of Juanita Middleton, Dr. Davis. And she has done so with pride and with great accomplishment. And look at what, when together, we believe in the hope and promise of every child, regardless of their skin color and regardless of their zip code, what they can do. Queen Soar, thank you so much. Your plant's back there. Your plant might be half dead. Mr. Prentice has got me on. Go back here, Queen. Okay. Mr. Prentice, he's a bad CFO. I mean, he's got me on the... I think I'm going the wrong way. It happens. And for the first time in the new accountability system, our first middle school to achieve its first ever excellent rating. Jackie Rao and Virginia Sayer, come on up. Camp Road Middle School on James Island. At 34% poverty, watch how these numbers go. Middle school is the hardest area. They're strange little people. They eventually come back to you, but pulling the very best out of them is very, very challenging. And Ms. Rao, you led so with heart and an eye for curriculum and instruction, and we appreciate your leadership and that you've handed it over to a very accomplished young woman, Ms. Sayer, who will take it to the next level. We're grateful for both of you. Cheap flowers for you in the back. And last but certainly not least, we have a high school that for the first time since the new accountability system came in place from our wonderful State Department of Education, they have achieved an excellent rating. They're no longer known as the Wild Wild West. West Ashley High School. Dr. Brent, come on up. Dr. Brent, you look much more professional than you normally do. Come on up here. Dr. Brent has led exceptional progress in his short time, following in pretty big footsteps of the rowdy Brian Comeback who came before him. But in just a few years, watch how college and career readiness and graduation rate increase at West Ashley High School. Watch it. And even more impressive, is that this year, Dr. Brand and his team led increases in every end-of-course exam. And in the last 6 years, Algebra 1 data at West Ashley High School has increased from 16% to 61%. Students achieving C or better. Dr. Brand? Although you're a little rowdy yourself, sir, we appreciate the work that you've led. And regrettably, you've got a cheap flower in the back, too. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you, sir. Thank you. There's lots to celebrate in the CCSD, but I want to make sure you know, if you're here today, we're not going to talk about just the great things that are happening, because despite the historic progress that we've made in Charleston County School District, there's still a lot of work to do. There's a lot of work to do, primarily for kids of color, kids in poverty, and kids that come to us not ready. And so I want to thank you for being here. There's lots of people here to celebrate the work today. Most important stakeholder group here are students. If you're a student in CCSD and you're part of my student roundtable, please stand right now where you are and be recognized. Students, students, there they are. Students, students. They are who we serve. They are who we serve. And if you're here and you're a teacher and part of the teacher roundtable who meets with me once a month, stand. Teachers, stand. Teachers everywhere. Teachers are the most important people in our system. They're much more important than I am, although I do value my job. They're much more important than I am. They're much more important than even the sheriff, and I won't look at him, and the mayor, but I won't look at him either. Teachers change the future, don't they, Aunt Brenda? Teachers change the future, and they are able to change the future because of the principals who serve them. If you're here and you're a principal, stand up. I see you, V. Brown. I see you up there hiding, Mr. Coleman. Principals block so teachers can do their job. I see you back there, Reese. You better be on your best behavior today, sir. Principals block so teachers can do the work serving kids. And we couldn't do the work that we have to do without a school board that believes in children. Do we always get along? We don't. That's no joke. And that's no secret. But I want to thank this board for focusing on kids. And for although behind closed doors we might have mixed words, when they come out 9.5 times, well, maybe 9 times out of 10, they vote the right way and do what's right for kids. If you're a member of the Board of Trustees, please stand to be thanked for the thankless work that you do. Stand, board. Stand. Keep standing, Ms. Roberson. Keep standing, Ms. Lieber. Hi, Dr. Eakes. I see you out there. Miss Bailey, keep standing, sister. Keep standing. I want to recognize you. Miss Bailey, Dr. Temple, Mr. Hollenshed, Miss Jewett, Mrs. McKinney, Mrs. Watley, Mrs. Lieber, Mrs. Roberson. Did I miss someone? Of course I did. I'd never miss you, Chairman Grabowski, not in a million years. Thank them again for their tireless work. And we couldn't do this work, and we shouldn't do this work. And if we're ever going to get it right for kids, we can't do this work without the municipalities seated here and those who serve our communities. You've already met Mayor Burgess. Stand, Mayor Burgess, and your lovely wife, Tracy. Mayor Cogswell, who only knows one-syllable words. Mayor, stand up. And Mayor Haney. Mayor Haney, please stand. They're not the only mayors we have. I've met with Mayor Murray out in Hollywood, Mayor Tumbleston out in Ravenel. Just yesterday, I met with Mayor Lyon in James Island. And it's going to take all of us in Charleston, including these great people, to come together for kids. I was so honored to sit down with these mayors, these three, just Tuesday. And I was finally able to say, Reggie, Chief, I didn't really call him Reggie. I still call him Chief. Chief, North Charleston, outside of one charter high school, finally has no failing schools. Mayor Haney and I were able to talk about some first world problems over in Mount Pleasant. And then Mayor Cogswell and I talked about the 2 failing schools that we anticipate we'll have in November, how we're going to fix it. And what's a testament to their leadership is that they're fix-it guys. And I appreciate that very much. Thank you for supporting me, but thank you for supporting children. And we've got a whole lot of elected officials. And if I start that, we'll be here till tomorrow. And I know you're already ready to go. So I want to acknowledge them by asking them to stand. I don't even know that I know all of them are here. I know I've seen Chairman of County Council, Reverend Kylon Middleton. Please stand and be recognized, sir. I've seen Councilman Pryor. I've seen you. Please stand, Councilman Pryor. You do a lot for the Charleston County School District. Councilman Darby, please stand. Yes, sir. Any other councilman? You hiding up there. I see you, Councilman McBride. Is that who you are? My eyes are getting old, sir. Jim, thank you for being here so very much, Councilman McBride. We're so glad that you're here. And then we have city council and town council and all sorts of lovely people in here. Please stand to be recognized. Councilman Miles, I see you back here. I see you, Town Councilman Rambo. I see you, Tinkler. Is that your name? That's not even close. Yes, it is. That's your name. We appreciate you, Nefertiti Brown. I got it, girl. I got it. You are the third Brown. Mr. Michael Brown, we thank you also for being here. And of course, we have other officials who keep our schools safe and who have been more committed to that this year than ever before. So Sheriff Ritchie, please stand. Major Glover, please stand. Chief Walker, please stand. Do we have any other law enforcement present? Regrettably, these guys in their blue lights stay behind me more than they stay in front of me.
We can't keep up with you.
I know you can't keep up with me, but I learned it all from this one right here. She had this little blue tracker back in 1990, and she taught me how to drive a stick shift, and it hadn't gone well since, sir. But their commitment, North Charleston, the county, and the city of Charleston speaks for itself in how we keep kids safe. So, gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. And SMD 422, that's my license tag, so make sure you write that down. So enough of the introductions, and I'm not going to talk long about myself. Most of you know me. If you don't, you can go to Facebook and read a lot about me. My history started on a dirt road at Route 1, Box 176, Loris. But I didn't live in the city. I lived at Finkley Crossroads. And I was raised by 2 of the greatest humans I've ever known. And that they taught me about leadership when I was 2 prepared me for such a time as this. My dad was a high school graduate and the manager of a building supply store. I learned more from him about how to talk to people and how to treat people and how to serve than from anyone else. My mom was a first-generation college goer, accompanied by her sister, Brenda. And she taught me more about kids and loving kids, and kids who had nothing and kids who came from nothing than I've ever learned anywhere else. I went to a school in elementary with 83% poverty. That school was led by my mother-in-law, who passed away several years ago. And I went to a middle high school with this young woman who happened to find an invitation for today and showed up with 75% poverty. But somehow those leadership lessons that my parents taught me on that dirt road and what I learned in church where I served from the point that I was 2 prepared me today to lead the second largest school district in this state. You'll see here my dad on the end. I've always been barefoot. That's my mom's slippers there. My sister was bald forever. And in that second picture there, Mom could frill us up for church. We were always ready. That house behind is where I lived. People made fun of it because it looked like a barn. But we did the best we could. But from the beginning of my life, I learned the importance of God and faith, of family, and of education. So I entered elementary school with a mom who said, always go above and beyond what the teacher tells you to do. And it led me to high school. That's the yearbook picture, I think, Holly. I couldn't find many. They're in a garage somewhere. And I don't believe they let people wear caps like that anymore at graduation, do they, Dr. Brandt? But those bangs just wouldn't let me pull it down. And for a long time, I tried to get out of education because I'd seen the struggles my mom and dad had on that dirt road. I thought I was going to be a computer science major to the second day of class when nobody in there talked. And I ran as fast as I could right to the School of Education where I was called to be, V. Brown, where my assignment was. And somewhere along the way, I met a gracious, quiet, sweet man who has sacrificed most of our married life, even though he told me, stay home and be a mother so that I could serve kids in this district. And his family's loved me, and they've taken care of me. And together we've been able to raise 3 children, 2 of whom are products of CCSD schools. One's at the Clemson University. Go Tigers! Living her very best life on her father's credit card. And apparently the second is at the University of Virginia, also living his very best life, as I saw at 1:35 this morning, on his father's credit card. And the third, Emmy, stand up, is chronically absent at the Lucy Beckham High School. And she is a sophomore. I started my education delivery over on James Island. That is me with short hair. And it was really blonde then. The lady in the middle is my much older sister, Lori, who's behind the stage here. We talked together 30 years ago. And I never thought anybody'd give me a job. And so that they did on James Island, the way I talk, and I still talk, I took it. And I fell in love with those little weird middle schoolers. And that's where I learned to serve and to serve kids from the time Mr. Wilder and I'd open that school in the morning to the time that we would leave at night. And somehow over the course of nearly 30 years in education, I found my way somehow, V. Brown, to the stage today. It's not been an easy road, but it's been a road filled by people that I love and I've learned alongside. And I've come to call friends. The people of CCSD are what make it unique. This is who we are, if you don't know. We're the second largest school district in South Carolina with the most schools in South Carolina. 90 to be in fact, 9 of which are charter schools and 2 are private partnerships with our partners at Meeting Street, who do a lot more than educate kids. The school district has 50,583 students, a majority nearly of them in poverty, 21,727 students in poverty, Mr. Leach. That's hard to believe, isn't it? $915 million in the general operating fund, a budget of $1.7 billion, which is led by a brilliant CFO, my younger son, Daniel Prentice. Daniel, wave to the crowd. Daniel has led the district to places we never thought possible. With an increase in our bond rating, a national award for a budget book, a WSF model that people across the nation are coming to see, and I want to thank him and his team, primarily the women who keep him straight and keep him on track, for leading for kids. Because when I call him the first time and he says no, and I call him the second time and he says no, when I call him the third time he's finally got it and says, yes, hallelujah, we're going to do it, don't call me again, just like my husband. What's really important for you to know is that the people of this system, Jim, the people of this system make it what it is. It's not perfect, but Mr. Baroe leads a team of people who serve this district well. We maintain 9.9 million square feet. We serve 48,000 meals and snacks a day, people, a day. We drive 31,000 miles. So those of you who are here representing my Facebook group, 31,000 miles, over 6,000 stops a day in CCSD, and Captain Baroe leads it with courage. We also have the highest teacher salary in the Southeast. Yeah, that's worth applauding for. That's thanks to a board, Miss Watley, that never said no. And I hope they don't say no come February. We lead even Atlanta Public Schools that has a starting salary of over $61,000 for more teacher days. I want to thank the board. And I really want to thank the Chief HR Officer, Bill Brigman, Bill Stand Up, for his leadership. With the Teacher Compensation Task Force. Bill's work has been so renowned, he's even garnered an award in Ed Week for the leadership that he exhibited in getting us to where we are alongside Mr. Prentice in teacher salaries. Because we're able to recruit and retain the finest, kids can do. Kids can serve. And for the second consecutive year, Ms. Roberson, we opened our doors with no teacher vacancies, and that's worth an applause. If classrooms aren't staffed, kids can't learn, can they, Ms. Watson-Bell? They can't learn. So our HR staff, led by Mrs. Butler and Mrs. Watson-Bell, do everything they can, including putting me when they need to in a classroom, which that's scary because I taught English and listened to how I talk. But nonetheless, it's all about teachers and principals and the work that they lead with kids. And because we lead with kids in mind, our Chief Academic Officer, Michelle Simmons, thinks about wraparound services and academics and services, Mrs. Simmons, garnering grants where we can support our most needy of students. You'll see here that if kids can't learn and they don't feel safe and they don't feel well, they can't do. And if their surroundings, Mr. Baroe, aren't just right, look at this. Johns Island Elementary this year, A.C. Cochran and Deer Park all host new spaces. If kids don't feel good in their spaces, they can't learn. And if parents and students don't feel safe, we've just launched a new strategic badge. In fact, we shut down School of the Arts and Academic Magnet one day without our even knowledge, Dr. Cook, didn't we? One of your sweet people just shut that place down, right? Yeah, I don't mean to call you out like that, but you did it. Can you believe they did that, Dr. Frazier? You do believe? If you'd have been on the board, you'd have called me about that. I know you would have. She locked the whole thing down, Sheriff Richie. It was actually Jake. Where is Jake today? Jake, where are you? Why are you not here at the front, troublemaker? Did you come late again today? I'm sorry? No, ma'am. That's a good answer. Yeah. Safety, wellness are all critically important to student achievement. And you'll see here that because of the people in this district, we've been able to accomplish some really great things. We have, for the first time in 20 years, a Palmetto's finest school. Brian Coleman is a fine leader, seated up there at the top because he came late. Yeah. We have 2 Blue Ribbon schools led by that clown over there, Mr. Perlmutter, and the famous Dr. Cook. We have 747 students that earn the seal of biliteracy. And in order to be successful in our schools today, we know how important that is, Dr. Coakley. We know how important that is. And according to Harvard and Stanford, which are pretty prestigious universities aside of Clemson, on the National Recovery Scorecard, Charleston County School District is first in the nation for academic growth of its students post the pandemic, and not only reading, but also in math, and that deserves a round of applause. And it takes really great leaders to do great things for kids. Because some of these schools have established notoriety here in South Carolina and in the nation. You'll see here the number 2 school with the blue hair is pretty normal. Jake here, Academic Magnet High School. We're real proud of the progress there. Number 3 in the, South Carolina, Charleston County School of the Arts. And number 8, Wando High. You'll see Jake here. Let's give him a round of applause. He's pretty normal here in how he dresses for kids. He's a little weird. And then we have Dr. Cook, can you play that video, who engages with kids right regularly in a fairly normal way. That's her playing the piano. Check it out, Holly. So they're creepy and they're kooky. And speaking of creepy and kooky, let's look at Wando's high school principal who thinks he's Richard Simmons. Let's hit it, Mike. Mike needs a second. Where is Chaz Coker? You didn't know I had this, did you? Yeah, I got it. I get it all. Wait for it. Wait for it. All right, it's not over yet, Broy. What, Broy? Wait for it. There it goes. You only thought I'd seen the edited one, didn't you, sir? Yeah, I see that man sitting beside you. I'll talk to you later about who gave that to me. Aren't we blessed in the Charleston County School District? Aren't we blessed, Mayor? Dr. Love, doesn't that make you happy? Eventually, we're going to have schools in North Charleston up there. Eventually, we're going to have schools in the city of Charleston up there. Neighborhood schools, Mayor. Neighborhood schools that serve our kids. And if you leave with nothing today, leave knowing that the Charleston County School District is better this year than it was last. Last year on the end of course and state assessments, our students achieved growth in every test except biology. Every test. English language arts scores were up, proficiency, almost 5 percentage points, 4.3 to be exact. Let me be specific. SC Ready Math, 2.1. Science, Dr. Temple, 4.4. End of course given in our high school, up 2.5 percentage points across the system. English 2.1. And U.S. history, 4.9 percentage points. That deserves a round of applause. Results like that don't happen without strategy. There have been many years that we've seen regression. But we've got leaders and teachers in place who are focused on kids. And we're really proud of the success that they're garnering. Graduation rate in this district is up to almost 91%. 91% of students. And to ensure that we're getting kids across that stage who are ready, nearly 84%, 83.6 to be exact, are considered college and career ready by the state standards, a significant number compared to last year. Our advanced placement passage rate is up to 83%. We're offering more opportunities for kids. More kids are taking, particularly kids of color, are taking our AP placement exams. And so we're on the right track. But we're not doing it fast enough, and we've got a long way to go. So it's important for you to hear today that we're doing great work in the Charleston County School District, and that has nothing to do with me, but everything to do with the people in this room. And I'm thankful for a board who has continued to hold fast at the board goals that we established several years ago. Those board goals have had an accountable measure for us to track student progress with a vision that by 2027, all students, Katie, will be reading on grade level by the time they leave elementary school. Will we get there by 2027? I'm an eternal optimist, maybe. The data suggests we probably won't. But let me just tell you, we are making progress. We've still got a lot of work to do for kids of color in this district. The first goal suggests here that we should focus on reading for Black and Hispanic children. The second goal, that we should make sure all middle schoolers have access to Algebra 1 and can be successful by the time they leave. And the third, that we're graduating kids who are college and career ready. Let's take a look at how we're doing. Vision 2027 is about all students reading on grade level by 5th grade. Look at the progress we've made. You won't see 2020 on here because students didn't take the test during the year of COVID. But even pre-COVID, this is how we earned that national recognition by Harvard and Stanford. Our students are performing at rates higher than they ever have before and better than they did prior to the pandemic. Goal 1 is how are we doing with our Black and Hispanic students by the time they leave in grade 5? Look at the growth that we're making. I want to suggest to you that although we've seen these significant gains over the course of the last 5 years, I'm almost embarrassed to show you that those are our goals, because their white peers are achieving at levels of 86%. Does that shock you? Does that make you angry? It should. It should. Why in Charleston, South Carolina, the premier travel destination of the world, can Black and brown kids not read? And if we look here on algebra readiness, the denominator here is all middle school students. All middle school students having access and being able to achieve at high levels. You'll see here that we've made significant growth over time. And college and career readiness, look at here. Look at what we're leading in our high schools. We're finally graduating kids that don't have to go to Trident and take remedial courses. Out at St. John's High School, where's the first gentleman of St. John's? Jermaine, are you in here? Of course you are. Stand, please, and be recognized, sir. This year, come on up here, sir. Come on up here. This year at St. John's High School, Mr. Joyner's not had the easiest of tasks. Thank you, Mayor. If I fall, just call 911. He's not had the easiest of tasks. He's been without teachers. He's been without resources. But somehow he managed to get his students to over 95% college and career ready.
95.2.
I know, 95.3. I was just going to say 95. And you know what that earned him? It earned him 14 quality points on the report card. He's 2 points from good. Well, excuse me. Why don't you go on back to your seat? Go on back to your seat. Don't correct me no more. Go on back to your seat. 0.76 from a good rating. Did you ever think that happened at St. John's High School, Mrs. Roberson? We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there with Teachers who believe that all kids can, all kids should, and all kids will, and principals who are demanding that. As the leader of the system, it's important for me, a mentor of mine once said, Dr. Davis, to know how we got there. So we know how to replicate greatness in all of our schools. Replication is really important, isn't it, Dr. Bowman? Especially around literacy. When we know what works, we can do it elsewhere and help kids, particularly kids, Mr. Darby, who need it the most. And boy, do you know that. Boy, do you know that. Our work is guided by our core beliefs, and we're making progress in those areas. And you should be proud of that. We believe that instructional excellence fuels our collective success. It starts with teachers. CCSD Teacher of the Year, Katie, stand up. It starts with recruiting and retaining the best in the business, Mr. Brigman, and it ends with getting it done in the classroom. Believing that all kids can, regardless if they come from Mayor Haney 29464 or Mayor Cogswell 29401. Mayor, I don't know, you got so many zip codes. What's your zip code? 06. What did you say? 06. 06. I'm hard of hearing too. We try to make teaching in the CCSD the best it can be. Our board has allowed us to pay well. They've allowed us to expand employee daycare so we can take care of teachers' kids during the day so they can come back to work and teach. They've allowed us a budget to plan during the day. They've allowed us $36 million in weighted student funding so we can pour into our classrooms. Quality teaching matters, and we're measuring that. We're measuring that because what we don't measure, we don't value. Regrettably, for most, I spent 14 years leading the Office of Teacher Effectiveness with people like Dr. Eakes, Miss Watson-Bell, Miss Butler, who Mr. Brigman stole them all. And we know that if we don't measure, if we don't inspect what we expect, we'll never get outcomes. Take a look at some of the best and brightest across the system. Mike?
At Sanders Clyde, we know that learning to read opens doors for our scholars. It creates so many opportunities. Every day in my classroom, we are teaching phonics and we're teaching phonemic awareness, and every day before every lesson, we're unpacking that standard. And the kids are learning why they're learning it, what they're learning, what they should be able to do by the end of the lesson. Watching my scholars learn and the light bulb go off and the words finally click is what really makes this work so powerful.
Here at Jerry Zucker Middle School of Science, our motto is every student, every day, no exceptions, no excuses. So we have activity-based learning. It is so fun for them to explore on their own, and then they write up in their Activity Explorer journals about their explorations, kind of discovering the math versus me telling them the math. Watching students go from I can't do this to I can teach somebody else is the best part of my job. That lets me know that math has come alive for them, and that makes me happy.
Here at Wando, we really believe in high quality instruction, which means we're really going to try to challenge our students to do the best that they can. So with intervention, we started pulling kids during their lunch that were struggling in biology, and we decided to sit down with them and really focus on what they were struggling with and give them that one-on-one attention. Thanks to this approach, our test scores have really gone up here at Wando, and our engagement is more than ever. Watching my students gain confidence as scientists is truly the best part of my job.
These are some of the best in the district. At Zucker, yeah, round of applause. At Zucker, Kendra Jenkins, the coach there, a teacher was out. She started creating lessons and recording them for kids to take home and teaching the lessons live and in living color. We've seen the results at Sanders Clyde. Wando High School is the only neighborhood school that this year, you heard me say we showed progress in every area but biology, increased its biology scores. So I called Jane Fonda over there, and I said, Chaz, what did you do? Outside of Magnet and SOA, 82% proficiency in biology, 76 proficiency in biology. How did you do it? He said, we got a rock star teacher. We got a rock star teacher who gives her lunch break to bring kids who don't get it. Teachers matter. Leaders who believe teachers matter are critical in this system. Number two, what attributes the success in this district is literacy. Literacy sparks the foundation for all learning. If kids can't read by the time they leave elementary school, really by the time they're in grade 3, the data suggests that they may never, right, Dr. Bowman? And literacy predicts who's going to prison. Isn't that regrettably, Chief? Major? Sheriff, Chief? Kids have got to learn to read. And in Charleston, we've based our reading on the science of reading. Several years ago, when Don Kennedy was the superintendent, boy, do I miss Don. I was the deputy superintendent. I was looking at progress across the nation. I said, Don, what in the world are they doing in Mississippi? It used to be last. We had some hope. He said, well, I don't know. I said, well, I think I'm going to call her and find out. He said, you going to call who? I said, well, I'm going to call the state superintendent and find out what she's doing. So I called the Carrie Wright. And I said, hey, we got a problem here in Charleston. She said, well, what are you doing? I said, well, we just got the science of reading on board. She said, well, you're on the right track. Let me come help you. So she came to Charleston, Carrie did, and she served as a mentor for the last 3 years. She's now the state superintendent of education in Maryland. But we've replicated here what they've done in Mississippi. And we did it before the rest of the state because we can't wait on South Carolina. We just can't. The science of reading and letters are based all on the teaching of phonics and phonemic awareness, vocabulary comprehension, and fluency. And we complement that with letters, which is early literacy, and something that Mrs. Simmons and her team rolled out. And in addition to that, our partners at Low Country Literacy ran Orton Gillingham in 3 of our elementary schools. You'll see James B. Edwards, Jenny Moore, and St. Andrews. And I looked at that data and I said, how are you doing this? And they said, oh, gee, it makes a difference, Anita. I said, why aren't we using it in schools of poverty? And so this year we've expanded to Dunston and Ladson, 31 classrooms, OG, to see if on top of the science of reading, we can replicate the work that we've done in our other schools around literacy. Literacy is the core. Teachers matter. Literacy is critical. Number 3, when we invest in need, we invest in potential. If we don't equitably distribute our resources, kids of poverty, President Weaver, ECPI, will never be able to achieve at levels commensurate with their peers. And so when I called Chaz and said, how'd you get that? He said, how'd you get those biology scores? He said, you know, that WSF you gave us kind of helps. It kind of helps. And I said, well, how? There are 800 kids in poverty in 29466. That's Mount Pleasant. So can you imagine what Darby's dealing with? What Larson's dealing with at Stahl? Weighted student funding gives schools the resources they need to take it to the next level in measurable ways. We invested, thanks to Daniel, $32 million last year and $34 million this year. We've got schools that have brilliantly used it to elevate outcomes. Learn more here. Mike.
The weighted student funding has been transformational for Johns Island Elementary. We've been able to invest in teachers to support our programming for STEAM initiatives and for our strings program. Both of these opportunities have offered our students a chance to be challenged, to be innovative, and we know that this future investment is going to help our students grow astronomically.
So at R.B. Stall High School, like all of our schools, our greatest investment is in our teachers. The weighted student funding has provided a significant infusion of resources so that we can accelerate the plans we had already placed into motion. Currently, we're able to staff up with highly qualified teachers in each of our tested areas: biology, U.S. history, English 2, and algebra. It gives those teachers extra time throughout their day, about 45 minutes every single day, to work hand in hand with the rest of their team, develop lessons, develop their interventions, analyze assessment data, and then reteach for the next day. So we strongly believe if we continue with these strategies over time, the WSF funding is going to accelerate our outcomes, and it's going to prove that what we've invested in is the right work, and that's the teachers in our school district.
WSF has made a significant difference. In CCSD, we're measuring everything we do, Dr. Howard. I think that's you at the back. It is? My eyes are failing me in my older years of 29. We're measuring everything that we're doing to make sure that A, it's working, and that B, if it's not, we're doing something differently. Look at, after a year, the growth in pupils in poverty, students with disabilities, and multilingual learners. Here's how it pans out. WSF is making a difference, and it's making a difference for the most needy kids. I don't recall a time, Mrs. Roberts, where 20% of our students with disabilities were reading on grade level. Now you may say, well, Anita, it's not enough. You don't have an argument for me. But we're making progress. And that's our goal, continuous improvement. Just like it's Mr. Larson's goal at Stall High School, who also often gets a lot of credit for his relationships with kids. But let's just be blunt. He's data-driven, increasing in 3 or 4 EOCs this year. And while when those report cards come out in November, he'll still be needs improvement, he's only a few quality points from average. Juanita, is that really something to celebrate? Yeah, it is. And if you can't celebrate that, I'll tell you like the Baptist minister used to tell us in the Baptist church when I was back on the back row, search your heart. If you can't celebrate continuous improvement in a district this size with almost 22,000 pupils in poverty, check it. Because principals are doing it. Teachers are doing it. They need encouragers, not discouragers. WSF is making a difference. Teachers matter. Literacy is critically important. WSF, resourcing schools, is important. Number 4, we believe that collaboration in action transforms classrooms. Just like collaboration on the board transforms districts, collaboration in classrooms transforms life for students. Paul, come up, please. Paul Pelagi is the proud principal at Pinehurst. And Mr. Darby, come on up, please. Just you and Mr. Darby just stand right here. Over the course of the year, last 2 years, in a partnership with Clemson University, go Tigers. Did I already say that, Dr. Clamp? Okay. In a partnership, wait, I'm sorry, you Georgia Tech fan, just stay quiet. In a partnership with Clemson University, which our HR team has led, we've implemented a co-teaching model in Charleston County School District that is much more than a teacher assisting another teacher. It's 2 teachers teaching, isn't it, Paul? Isn't it, Mr. Darby? It's 2 teachers getting down and dirty with kids making a difference. Paul has the biggest population of Hispanic students in the state at Pinehurst Elementary School. And he'll be 2 points from good when those results come out. Watch a little about WSF, co-teaching in this video.
Here at North Charleston High School, co-teaching
Yeah!
has been a very remarkable experience. Number one is it provides for individualized instruction, which provides for individualized attention in terms of students. It also provides for, I would call something I call diversification of instruction, whereby there are different methodologies used by the two teachers. So students benefit in that way. It's just been a remarkable experience here at North Charleston High School.
Here at Pinehurst Elementary, we are fortunate to partner with Clemson University to provide co-teaching in our classrooms. Co-teaching is two teachers bringing 100% to the classroom to provide individualized support, engagement, and to provide small group instruction as needed so that our students have opportunities for success every day.
Yes, we always like to say that it's not two teachers giving 50%, it's two teachers giving 100% in the classroom. So it gives us the opportunity to really service our children, get in there, give that individualized support. We can pull the small groups, pull for the needs that our children have, and figure out which way is the best way to service them.
Together, we provide high-quality instruction, positive, inclusive learning environment. The children truly get our full presence every day. And at Pinehurst Elementary, we're very fortunate that our children receive that individualized care and instruction, and they all win.
Strategic, thoughtful, co-teaching opportunities are providing powerful experiences in these schools. Look at the data at Pinehurst. They're doing it. They're doing it. And at North Charleston High School, gains have been made of double-digit in Algebra 1. The graduation rate has increased. The college and career readiness rate has increased. The English 2 scores have increased. Are they where you want them, Mr. Darby? They're not. But we're working, aren't we, sir? Thank you for your commitment, gentlemen. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So high-quality teaching is a core principle. Literacy matters. WSF is making a difference. Co-teaching is leading the way. And partnerships. An ecosystem of partnership drives progress. And I want to thank our local effort, Ms. Denny, linking opportunity to classroom and learners, that's allowing us to engage with businesses like ATI, who called Mr. Holbrook back there in the back, I think I see you, sir, last week and said, your children don't have what they need? Let me write you a check for $10,000 so you can go do it. What I really want to celebrate is the D23 out in Hollywood, the partnership that James Dallas has led, Ashlyn Timoni, all the partners out in Hollywood. Mr. Dallas's school, E.B. Ellington, earned 13 quality points, leading the way in our elementary schools, based on the work that he is doing and the partnerships that he has created. Mr. Dallas, stand and be recognized, sir. I don't know where you are, Mr. Dallas, but thank you, Mr. Dallas, for your impeccable work. And Mrs. Timoni, Miss Timoni, where are you? Mrs. Timoni, stand and be recognized. Mr. Timoni, I don't want to embarrass her. But Mrs. Timoni's school, through the partnerships it's established and the data-driven work that she's led, was unsatisfactory last year, but she got her assignment. They improved to average this year in 1 year. Partnerships make a difference. If you're here and you're not helping in a school, why not? Money doesn't matter. Mr. Milroth gave us a car. If money was going to fix it, let me be clear, we'd have fixed it a long time ago. You each have a talent. I'm a woman of faith. The Word tells us. We've been given talents, and God expects us to use them. No talent is too small. Why aren't you in a school giving back? Partnerships matter. Partnerships are creating the difference for kids. Partnerships with our IHEs. I see the College of Charleston. I see MUSC, Mr. Valentine. I see Wendy Huff. I see you. I see you. I see Trident Tech, Charleston Southern. Where'd I see you, sister? Julie, I see you, Dr. Fernandez. I see you, Doc. Partnerships matter. Do you know that Mr. Darby and Mr. Larson can now send kids straight from high school? And this may not be popular with some of your political ideologies, but undocumented students straight to college because of the generosity of Charleston Southern University. We didn't say that in the press release, so rewind and erase that. Partnerships matter. The Citadel, the College of Charleston, MUSC partnered with us and David Cole, who couldn't be here, but sent Jonathan and Wendy today to open a new health care pathway at the Early College High School, where we had over 100 applicants to fuel our workforce. Partnerships matter. The work of Barrett Reese at Early College matters. Local government. I couldn't do it without these people. The chief came and said, listen, we got kids getting in trouble. I got to do a curfew. Can you help? You got that right, Chief. I can help. That's what it's going to take, friends. People who, despite zip code and race and all the things going on in this crazy world of ours, will come together for kids. And our faith-based organizations are doing it too. Cokesbury United Methodist over in North Charleston, for example, Seacoast, pastors who will lift us up and help. Reverend Middleton. I saw Reverend Thomas Dixon earlier. People who get it for kids. If you're not involved, get involved. Get involved. If we could do it alone, people, they're a lot smarter than superintendents that came before me who would have already done it. I hate to tell you. We need your help. And lastly, we believe that learner-centered, data-driven decisions fuel our success in CCSD. Maybe they didn't in the past, but they do now. Learner-centered decisions make the biggest difference. And Dr. Klemp and his team lead this with Jamie Costner in my office, making a difference for kids at Cario. Want to know why they're the Palmetto's finest? Their instructional groups switch out every couple of weeks based on data, based on the numbers. Want to know why LaToya Smith finally got North Charleston Creative Arts? From unsatisfactory to average come November. Stand up, ma'am. Want to know why? Data. All of our students complete portfolios that are driven
by their needs and the work that they're doing. At West Ashley High School, Dr. Brandt does a structured learning time. If I get it wrong, don't correct me like Mr. Joyner. I think it's called SLT. Isn't it, Dr. Brandt? Thank you for agreeing, sir. And it's based not on how I feel about a kid, not what that kid looks like. Oh, Pam, I like you. You can go to independent learning time today. It's based on numbers, people. And until everything in this district is based on numbers, we won't get there. We won't get there. Deer Park, Mr. Glaze, I see you at the back, sir. Getting that school close to good in North Charleston. Finally using PLCs to drive instruction, professional learning communities for those of you who aren't educators. And then Oakland Elementary, where's Miss Cackley? Miss Cackley has shed tears. She has the largest special ed population in West Ashley. And she has shed tears trying to figure out how to elevate the achievement of her special ed students. And in 1 year, friends, students grew 10 points in reading and 7 in math. Give her a round of applause. All of that is due to our core beliefs about kids. You see them here. Teachers matter. Literacy is critical. We got to resource what we believe in. Collaboration matters. Partnerships are key. And data should drive the work. I wasn't a math teacher, but even I know that. And when we do those things, all of our schools will be good and excellent. I believe that. The talent's here. We've got people who believe all kids can, and we pay well now, so we're only going to hire you if that's what you believe. Right now, in November, all this is embargoed, but I believe in creative compliance. So I'm just sharing with the whole free world, and I might get fired tomorrow, but anyway. 34,000 of our students are currently attending a good or excellent school. 34,000. But our work's not done until they all are. So what are the barriers? What are the barriers? Kids like Emmy who don't go to school. I'm sorry, honey, I don't mean to embarrass you. Holly and I didn't really go to school a lot either, but anyway, we'll talk about that later. Look here, in Charleston County, these numbers are real, Dr. Coakley. They're real. Stand to be recognized for the work you do, ma'am. Siobhan is a product of North Charleston High School. Both she and Joe Williams are. They're on our senior team. Dr. Coakley leads the work around chronic absenteeism. And in Charleston County, 1 out of every 6 students miss more than 10 days of school. It's shameful, isn't it? Look at the impact it has on learning. Students with good attendance are 1.75% or more likely to be proficient in reading and 2.5 more likely to be proficient in math than their peers. Do you know that by the time a kid is in the 8th grade, the level at which he's performing mathematics is the greatest predictor of his future income than any other factor we have? We need kids in schools. If you're a pastor, preach that from the pulpit. If you're an elected official, ask your constituents where their people are. We need kids in school, and likewise, we need teachers in school. I'm very thankful for teachers who responded so professionally when we implemented a 97% attendance goal this year for teachers. Because, yep, it's worth applauding. It is worth applauding. Is that you, Miss Birch? And I got it wrong this time. If a kid is out of school for 10 days and a teacher's out of school for 10 days, think about the impact that makes on kids. We need people, Miss Johnson-Smith, in school. If you're in a place of influence, help us. What's the biggest barrier we face? Poverty. My very smart husband had to try to help me understand this last night, along with Miss Roberts, Mr. Costner, and several other people. Look at the correlation between poverty and failure. A 1.0 poverty correlation means that they're exactly aligned, that poverty is the reason. It's pretty darn close, friends. Poverty is correlated 0.91 to low achievement in reading and 0.89 in math. Sanders Clyde, 97% poverty. That old hymn, we shall overcome. You've overcome, Janice. Wanda, Charleston Progressive, you've overcome with also a good rating. Poverty can't be a barrier anymore, friends. So our ecosystem of support, what are you doing? At North Charleston, Dr. Love's working with us to make sure people are in schools reading to kids. Their rec department is working with us to make sure there are after-school opportunities. The mayor has helped with funding to make sure kids are served. What are you doing to help overcome the poverty in our schools? And regrettably, this is going to make you a little uncomfortable. In South Carolina, at least here in Charleston, poverty, Reverend Mack, consists primarily of black and brown children. Let's talk about race, Josh. Black and brown children, while we rah-rah, they're making gains. And we got a lot of rah-rahing to do. I don't know a district in South Carolina that is achieving with the diversity that we have quite this way. But we're divided by race because of poverty. We're making gains. But I bet if I ask every principal in here to stand up and say, are we making gains fast enough? You'd all agree we're not, wouldn't you? I see heads everywhere. We're making gains. We're closing the gap. But look at where white students are performing. And again, significant growth from last year to this among black children. And a decrease in the gap, the outcome gap, the opportunity gap. Call it whatever you want. But we're still not there. So how are we going to get there? We're going to get there together very quickly. We're going to continue the things that we're doing because we know they work. We're going to continue to measure teacher effectiveness. We're expanding OG into other schools. We increase the weighted student funding. We're expanding co-teaching to Morningside and to Dunston. After today, we're going to have a lot more partnerships. And we're focusing on learner-centered, data-driven. In fact, we learned last week from an international expert in assessments, and I'm going to be going out, scary for us all, including me, and I'm going to be leading data meetings in schools, because that's really where I should be bored, not answering emails. So we're going to continue doing the things that we know are working because we've measured them, Dr. Gare, and we know that they're working. And we're going to provide students more opportunity and access. Rich Gordon leads the way in providing opportunity for our children through CTE courses, through apprenticeships and dual credit, through partnerships. But you know something we don't talk about often? We talk about poverty a lot and what we need to do to fix it. But you know something we don't do really well in this district, or as well as we could, is challenging our most gifted. Yeah. You met Gio a little earlier. Learn a little about Gio's story here in Charleston.
While all of our scholars are special, some stand out as remarkable examples of what one can accomplish if given the opportunity. Let's meet Giovanni Munoz Rocha. a 6th grader at Northwoods Middle whose intelligence, determination, and self-advocacy have been the start of a true success story.
I've been a prodigy most of my life, I think, and like I was pretty smart. If I know my potential being seen and like people know I'm smart, it like makes me determined to like do my work and become even smarter.
I've heard of Giovanni. I heard he was a bright kid. And when he came into my classroom, I didn't realize just how bright he was. I'm a 4th grade teacher, so I was planning on teaching 5th and 6th grade content to challenge these students. Well, Giovanni was working on an 8th grade level, if not higher. So for me, I was like, what am I going to do to challenge this child? Because I had everything set and I realized that I was gonna have to go above and beyond because this student was so bright.
Bright indeed. As Giovanni, through his own self-advocacy and with the help of the staff at Pinehurst, was able to skip 5th grade and move on to 6th grade at Northwoods Middle.
Well, if I didn't advocate myself, I wouldn't be here right now, and like I'll be over there in 5th grade.
He wanted to learn things that interested him. He wanted to challenge himself. He was self-motivated. He was determined. He wanted to skip a grade. He needed the members of Pinehurst to help support him, but he did most of the work on his own.
No one's ever moved from Pinehurst 4th grade to Northwood 6th grade without attending 5th grade. Our parent advocate has been very supportive in helping with the translation services. As Gio's parents do majorly speak Spanish, so making sure they understood how big of an accomplishment this was, but then also that we weren't just gonna say, hey, guess what, toodaloo, go to 6th grade. You know, we wanna make sure he's wrapped around with supports.
If skipping 5th grade was not enough, Giovanni also got a perfect score on the South Carolina reading assessment, perhaps with a little motivation from a small wager.
And I was reaching a point where I was like, I don't know how much more I can challenge him. I'm giving him middle school things, I'm giving him high school resources. So we made a deal and I was like, you're gonna get a perfect score on the South Carolina reading assessment. And he was like, okay. I was like, you're just gonna do it. And then that's when Mr. Pelagi and him came up with the bet.
Mr. Pelagi bet me that I couldn't do like a top score on SE Ready, and if I did, I'll be able to shave his head bald.
Did you do it?
Well, looking at him right now, no.
Gio, where are you? Gio, where are you? Have you scheduled that date to shave on Mr. Pelagi's head? Have you scheduled that date to shave his head? I know, because his wife called me mad because I was going to let you do it here. And she said they hadn't taken their Christmas pictures yet. Like all good wives, but we're going to make sure you get to do it, my friend. Let's give him another round of applause. So challenging giftedness is a challenge here in the Charleston County School District. And facilitating a system of accountability is never easy. Accountability starts at the top. I should be held accountable for student outcomes, not every other year, but every year. And so the goals in our system for principals and teachers are based on our student outcome goals now. It's how we do the work. Great teachers want to be held accountable, don't they, Katie? Great principals want to be held accountable, don't they, Quinetta? Accountability is important in our system because it drives outcomes for kids. We're doing that by establishing 90-day plans with all of our principals. They're thrilled about it, as I'm sure you can imagine. But it helps lay out their progress, doesn't it, Chris Haynes? It does. Of course he's going to agree here. We've scheduled student data reviews, and they get the pleasure of sitting down with me and talking about their data at least twice a year. Dr. Coakley's implemented attendance strategies for both teachers and students. We have classroom walkthroughs that measure student progress. Our data meetings are now more focused than ever on student achievement and rigorous assessments, and how we hold people accountable is a testament to what we truly value in that system. So as we look to get better, accountability is important in that process, and how people spend and use money is important too. When you make a $36 million investment, you got to track how it's doing to serve kids. And Daniel and his team have built out a dashboard that not only gives simple data, but also tabulates a return on investment as compared to student outcomes.
So what strategies are high yield, low cost, and what strategies have no yield but high cost? So that system of accountability is really important to drive our system forward. So that you know, we're also thinking again about how we do special ed and alternative programs. I'm not sure how well we're serving kids. Our special ed students need more support, and Sherry Bell and her team lead that with Miss Simmons valiantly every single day. It's hard to lead that work. And we're going to be looking at expanding how we do learning and strengthening our reentry programs from our alt programs. It's going to make some people upset. It's going to make some people upset. But we're not serving kids as well as we should, but we're going to. So be on the lookout for how we're going to do that in the coming months as we start the budget planning process with our board. We're also going to, as long as the board approves it, Mr. Hollenshed, we're also going to go to universal pre-K. Yeah. Now, I don't know how quite yet, but I'm sure Mayor Burgess, Mayor Cogswell, and Mayor Haney are going to be part of that. But I'm soon going to be approaching a community. Dr. Dilligard. And I'm going to be asking mentors like you to help make sure kids come to our system ready in some of our most vulnerable populations. And Barbara, you've led this district for years. So it's going to be important, Reverend Middleton. I think Reverend Dixon had to slip out. Pastors. It's going to make some people upset. But if we're going to change outcomes for kids, this is how we got to roll. And we got to do better developing our people. We've got pipeline programs now that Gail Morris is starting to really strengthen our leadership, and I want to thank thought partners who've led the world of IBM like Russ Leach and other thought partners who are helping us figure out how to best develop our people so that when old folks like me at the young age of 29 leave the system, the next generation is ready. And they don't make the same mistakes that those who came before them made. We've got to do better developing our people, and many of you will be part of that. And so before we close, if you're a student in the audience, and if you're in the top, you're going to have to come down quickly. Listen to me. I want you to come down, and I want you to meet me on stage if you're a student. That's not you, Dr. Frazier. If you're a student, I want you to meet me down here. And while they come, I want those of you in the audience to turn and talk to your neighbor about what most has resonated with you in today's state of the schools and what you're going to do to help us take the system to the next degree. So what are we going to do, Sheriff? Talk to your neighbor. Talk to your neighbor. Students, come down quickly. You're going to be in the middle. Yes. Thank you, baby. Beautiful, beautiful. Come on, Queen. Slide over. Mike, cut that mic for a second. Mike, cut that mic. Okay, come in. Come on, friends. Friends, come here. So I'm good. 30 more seconds. Thank you. 30 more seconds. So if you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. If you can hear me, clap 3 times. Mayor Burgess, you still talking? We ready? So what are we going to do to propel the system forward? We're going to keep doing some of the same things, or we're going to change some things. But most importantly, we're going to reconfirm a commitment to kids. I'm about to make some of you upset. Student outcomes don't change until adult behaviors do. Student outcomes in Charleston will never change until adult behaviors do. So I'm not sure what brought you here today, but if it wasn't to celebrate the progress we're making and to figure out how you can help, search your heart. I got my education, and many of you do too. But they don't. Adult issues seem to plague Charleston more than most places in South Carolina. Right, Sheriff? And I know that more and more when I go out to communities and I talk about buildings and all the things. And I'm so glad people come to board meetings, but when I listen to public comments, and when I go into meetings with folks and people request meetings with folks, and they ain't got nothing to do with kids. And whether you like your kid's teacher, whether you like your kid's principal, or whether you like me, don't really matter. You're called to love all people. While I sit in this seat, I will unapologetically serve kids. It ain't about whether you like your kid's principal. And there's not enough pictures of your kid on Instagram, and there's not enough blah, blah, blah. It ain't about me. If I, as the representative of the system, fail, if I fail, teachers, stand up. If you're a teacher, stand up. Stay standing. If I, as the leader of the system, fail, principals, stay standing, teachers, principals, stand up. Other educators, stand up. If I, as the leader of the system, fail, board, stand up. If I, as the leader of the system, fail, mayors, stand up. If I, as the leader of the system, fail, elected officials, stand. I didn't see you, sir. I'm sorry I didn't acknowledge you up in the balcony. Please forgive me. If I, as the leader of the system, fail, community, stand up. That's all of you. If I, as the leader of the system, fail, we fail. We fail. And guess who suffers when we fail? They fail. Grab hands. Leilani, get somebody's hand, sister. Tell Boston people behind you. If I fail, we fail. And then we fail them. So, today, come on, Leilani, walk with me. So today, to what degree are you willing to go for Charleston County's children? Without you, they fail. Thank you for coming. Leilani, guys. Thank you for coming.
We shall